Let's go to the Monday night game, which is your Minnesota Vikings, team that you want to bet on to win the Super Bowl, in Seattle, playing the Seattle Seahawks. A game that I believe we watched last year yeah. At the Ruth Chris in Cincinnati, which was the worst Ruth Chris I have been to ever.
Well, Booger sat next to us at the bar.
That's true. That might have been it.
Told us how much
it was either that or the poorly cooked steak. I don't know which one. But we had a good time nonetheless, which is proof that, right, it's important who you invite over to your Thanksgiving table.
My Vikings fan friends, when I revealed that I was rooting for the Seattle to go over their win total for the Vikings to go under theirs, said I wasn't a real fan anymore, which probably a badge of honor here. Seattle laying 3.
I was really hoping this was 2.5.
But it's minus 105. So clearly there's some appetite for people to be betting on the Vikings here.
Yep. Coming off a bye.
Coming off of a bye. Seattle is a profoundly flawed team. I'm going to say this every single week. Seattle, honestly, if they're playing any team other than the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, they lose, yep. I think. Chris Carson's a fumble machine. Rashad Penny's rounder around the waist than I am.
No, he legitimately makes you look thin.
Yeah, and
there's a compliment.
There's so much there. They were without Jadeveon Clowney. They really don't have a tight. Wilson missed a wide open Jacob Hollister in the corner that resulted in a field goal. So all this stuff, and yet at the same time, I like Seattle in this game. Just basically from a numbers perspective, I think that the quarterback carries so much here.
I am with you. In a hostile environment, Kirk Cousins is not my favorite guy. And I know that he's played really, really well. But Russell Wilson has played better. Russell Wilson is the MVP of the National Football League. As great as Lamar Jackson has been, and it has been great, a lot of that is just quite simply the scheme is really awesome, and he is the perfect player to take advantage of it. And Russell Wilson transcends that. He has been undeniably, it's possible for both of them to be great and one of them to be more valuable than the other. Russell Wilson right now, 7% of his throws are big-time throws. 1% of his throws are turnover-worthy plays. So it's nuts. It's crazy that ratio. And as a result, he's carried the Seahawks. I am nervous, though, because the Seahawks, to me, when they play good teams, they are going to have to grind out a close game. I just don't see them running away from a team. And so the chances of this being a 3-point or, 1 or 2 point game, especially with Pete Field Goal Carroll, scare me. So I'm with you, but it worries me a little bit. I could also, I hate unders, but
I feel like this is an under game. I
feel like it plays under too.
Because the both of the teams like to run the football. Both of the teams like to, they're efficient offensively. And the thing about unders, it's not so much, and we talked about this with Oakland versus Cincinnati. It's not so much about being a bad offense. It's about being efficient in the correct way for an under. And both of these teams, especially Minnesota, I would say, run the football. Yeah, Minnesota especially run the football well enough to kill drives near midfield and punts, and those punts are really conducive to unders. And the other thing, of course, is you talk about Wilson 1.3 turnover-worthy play percentage. Kirk Cousins is at 2.13. So neither of these teams are going to create a ton of turnovers in the other team's side of the field. So the under, I think, is a good play here. And we see a small amount of value, a little bit above break even there. So, this is a compelling game. It'll be a lot of fun to watch for the second straight year on Monday Night Football.
Thanks for watching the PFF YouTube channel. And if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is push the button. Don't forget everything you get. A little fantasy, push the button. A little green line for the gambling aspects of the game, push the button. College football, push the button. The YouTube channel from PFF.